Hey. I'm just saying hey a bunch. Anyways, today's video is going to be about elements in your birth chart. Okay, we're going to go over the missing elements in your birth chart. Not literally elements, but yes, those two. Also, empty houses. What does it mean when you have an empty house? What does it mean when you're lacking something in your birth chart? What does it mean? What does it do? Yeah. Okay, this is going to deepen your knowledge of your chart and the chart of those around you. We're going to touch on our personal experiences and how we navigate energies that we're kind of lacking or need more support in. And yeah, it's just going to be a vibe. So sit down, please, right now. Thank you. Grab some tea, clean your house, whatever you got to do. Okay.
Yeah, clean your house.
And get into this video.
Okay.
We're going to go over some real shit. Sue, excuse me. You got to censor that. Anyways.
Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And do that. And also
like, comment, and subscribe.
And also make sure you book a reading with us. I do astrology or provide astrology readings. Lee is a great tarot reader and she's psychic AF. She's very psychic. Like, it's kind of scary, but in the best way. So definitely tap in. And if you do, that means you're supporting us in creating our tarot deck. So we definitely appreciate you. And yeah.
Love ya.
So yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'm Lee.
And I'm Ronnie.
And welcome back to Jupiter Juice, your cosmic check-in for all things astrology, pop culture, and spiritual self-discovery.
Yes. Welcome back. On this episode, we're talking about the missing elements in your chart. So some people believe, like, if they don't have, like if they're more like air dominant or fire dominant or whatever, it's like, oh, like all the energy is focused here, but that's not necessarily like the true case. Like, yeah, you may present that way, but also like if you have like an empty house per se, it doesn't necessarily mean like that energy does not affect you. You also have to think about transits or like the ruler of the house and like where that is at in your chart. And that's how you can see how that probably manifests in your life or affects like the planet that's, you know, the ruler of the planet, but it's like in another house. So it all kind of like flows together and goes together in that way. But yeah,
especially with the transits, because that'll activate you right there. That's definitely like, I think transits is a whole other beast when it comes to reading your birth chart, learning astrology, all that good stuff. And I had to definitely, when I first started like looking into transits, I had to take a step back because that's when you can get like, it's cool to see the patterns, but then you start thinking like, you start overthinking the transits almost and then trying to like maneuver yourself based on the transit.
Yeah.
And that could be helpful sometimes, but sometimes it gets very chaotic.
Yeah, like obsessing. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I don't look at them or like, actually I can't say I don't look at them. I'm an astrologer, but you can become, when it comes to any form of divination, but anything that you're studying or like that has to do with your personality and what could like the future, foreseeing the future or fortune telling, that's debatable by the way, but it's like you can become obsessed with that and like how this energy affects you and stuff like that. But be mindful. Because, you know, we don't want nobody having no astrology psychosis. You know, people already deal with spiritual psychosis. So, like, we don't want y'all dealing with that. But, yeah, like, for example, like, I'm a Gemini sun, but that's really... And I have, like, my Saturn and Aquarius, but that's really all the air that I have in my chart. I'm more earth dominant, you know? And so, like, that's probably why, like, you know, when people meet me, they don't necessarily get, like, off the bat, oh, she's a Gemini, or she acts, no, I act more like a Taurus. And sidereal, I'm Taurus too. But like, it's like, I'm way more slow. You know, and it doesn't mean like the Gemini is not, the Gemini be activated, okay? You know, but it doesn't mean like, you know, I don't have because I think of air signs as whimsy or like, you know, very analytical. I'm very analytical. If you don't know me, because if you know me, you know I'm analytical. But if you don't know me, I may seem like calm or like I'm cool, I'm chill. But in my brain, it's like 500 people in there filing paper. You're trying to figure it out and keep me from burning, really, you know, or collapsing. So it's just like, you know, it's like how you wear it, how you wear these elements, you know. So,
that's them SpongeBob filing cabinet.
Yeah.
When he had them in the brain.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking about. Like, a whole bunch of SpongeBobs in my brain. Yeah, because that was the episode that was he in his brain? Mm-hmm. In that episode? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah. I think a lack of element in your chart, sometimes it can be loud. Sometimes it could be quiet. I know my family in general, like, I'm the only water sign. And my brother has a water moon. Mm-hmm. But, like, my sisters and mom don't really have any water in their chart. So they, especially growing up, I was very emotional. They're very like, so. Yeah. I'm like, okay, because they're like all earth and fire. Mm-hmm. And don't be wrong, my chart is majority earth and fire as well. But yeah, I swear to God, man, my my water be catching up to me out of nowhere. I'd be like, fuck. I am a water sign. Oh my God. I'd be crying. I have to cry. So I also think, like, I don't know, like a lack of earth maybe could be like they're not so focused on the material world, but it also depends what element is dominant if you don't have earth. Yeah. Like,
yeah, it just depends. But like also like just, I mean, if we were going to talk about it from that lens, like if you don't have earth, for example, you may have to focus more on building a routine or being a little bit more structured. Like if you don't have water, you may have difficulty, you know, I guess conveying emotions, possibly, you know, to others. It doesn't mean like you don't have emotions, but other people may not necessarily see like you wear your heart on your sleeve. That could be something, you know, or have a hard time like connecting to others, or, you know, it's just like something you have to work at a little bit more. Fire, you know, maybe you're just a little bit slow when it comes to action. It doesn't mean that you're not actionable. Maybe you're a little bit more intentional and not just as like super like overdrive, you know, ambitious or anything like that, you know. And like air, it don't mean you don't think, you're not a thinker, you know, or you're not about the revolution or anything like that. Or, you know, it doesn't mean that's not, you know, a trait that you necessarily don't have. It's just probably something that you may have to focus on a little bit more, or maybe during this lifetime, you know, a lot of people say like it's not necessarily like the focus, or maybe it could be something that you've already mastered, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's like it can show up in a multitude of ways, I believe, you know. Mm-hmm. And also like something I was reading is like, you know, when it comes to like elements that you may be quote unquote missing, like especially when it comes to like the actual elements, you know, you may find that in your community. So let's say like maybe you are, you know, water dominant, but then like, you know, you have a friend that's fire, has a lot of fire energy, a friend that has a lot of earth energy, you know. It's like that's how y'all kind of work together, because like one person possesses this, you know, this particular archetype, you know, this versus the other, and it kind of blends together and flows together. So it's like thinking about your community as well, and like look at your friend's birth chart, see what they're missing, or like, you know, they could have a balance chart, they could have every freaking element, you know, that's really like in their big six, and you know, but just look at that and see like, oh, how well y'all work together because of like maybe what the other person doesn't have, and like the other person just brings it out of them, you know, like pulls out that organization, or pulls out that confidence, you know, helps boost, you know, self-esteem and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that even like so you technically have every sign in your birth chart, because your whole chart is a pizza pie, and it has all the signs in it. So it's like wherever you are lacking, look to the house that it's in. I know a lot of people are like, well, that house is empty, so it doesn't matter to me. And that's not necessarily true. You want to look at the ruler of that house, because each house is ruled by a sign, obviously, and each sign has a ruler, and you have every planet in your chart and it's influencing you. Mm-hmm. So say you have a Gemini third house, you're an Aries rising, whatever. And it's empty. You don't have it. You're like, I don't have any planets in Gemini, so That's just there. It's not just there. Where's your Mercury? Is your Mercury in Aries or is it in Taurus? And that even speaks to, are you in Aries with a Taurus Mercury or are you in Aries with an Aries Mercury? Because those are way different energies, and vice versa. And I think that, like, depending on where you have the ruler in the chart influences that house as well. So in my chart, for example, my 9th house is empty. Does that mean I didn't go to college and I don't love to learn and expand on life? No. First of all, I'm a Sagittarius Mercury and rising, so that's not going to be true anyways. But the ruler is the sun. The sun goes in my 12th house. How do I learn and grow? Very much through isolation, very much through spiritual means. When I was a kid, or like growing up and learning, or even in college, all throughout college, I didn't pay attention. I didn't give a damn. I went home and taught myself what I needed to know. And I still got very good grades. But it's like, I think that speaks to the 9th house, 12th house thing too. I'm also a very spiritual person, but with the 9th house, 12th house energy, it's like you kind of go within when you want to expand instead of like going on this outward journey. It's a very much inward journey for me. And that's just one example. Also in your chart, I feel like a lot of people glaze over houses when they're first learning, or they're like, I don't know what houses mean, so I don't care about it. But your angular houses are like super important in your chart. And that's the 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house. It basically it holds the foundation of your chart. Like, I'm thinking of this light I'm looking at right now, and how like it literally looks kind of like a birth chart, actually.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, why not?
My bad. But there's like 4 points that are holding it together, holding the light together, and those are your angular houses. It's like the skeleton of your chart. So knowing those really helps you to like know how your chart is laid out and how it works. That's why your rising sign is so important.
Yeah. And what do those houses mean? You know, yeah.
That doesn't remind me of that story even for some reason.
You said what?
Like that when you were winking.
But you know why I'm winking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that doesn't remind me of a scene from That's Alright. I digress.
Love you.
Your 1st house. All right. That's boom, bang, you. Very action like. It's when you popped out the, I don't want to say that word.
The hoo-ha.
There we go. Exactly. The hoo-ha. So it's kind of like, boom, I'm here. This is me. So of course that's foundational to your chart. Why wouldn't it be? Your 4th house, that's the darkest part of your chart. That's like, boom.
In the pits of hell.
That root. Yeah.
I'm joking.
Right.
But it's like, it's your foundation. It's your root. Your root.
Yeah. All right.
But your family life, your inner home, your emotional world, what's hidden, and it's dark. Yeah, it's very dark. But, it can be cool.
Yeah.
Depending on how it can
everything in the dark is scary. Like,
sometimes I love the dark. That's when I create at night at 2:00 in the morning.
Absolutely.
The 7th house, I hate it. No, I'm joking. My son is there.
I was about to say.
No, because we could get into what the 7th house means, but it's like, it's like the other. That's what I always say. Like, I don't really, a lot of people talk about like relationship, like romantic relationships, which is true. Like I should just read for someone. She actually found us from the last video we did, but she is getting married this year, and God, what planet she has? So she's a Gemini rising. She has Uranus transiting her 1st house, but she has a planet. I forgot what planet. I think her Venus or something. Either her Venus or her Neptune. I think it's her Neptune. Some planet in the 7th house. But it's like it's opposite her 7th house, and it's like activating that. So she has like her identity through someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like it's evolving, and it's like it's transiting her 1st house, but it's still affecting the planet that's in her 7th house. And it's gonna hit around the time she actually plans on getting married. And I thought that was like very interesting as well. But like, yeah, you know, it deals with the other contracts, you know, but any type of relationship, anything that involves, you know, someone else, you know, and like for me, like having my son there, for example, it's like, and being a Gemini, just thinking about that, I've grown to know it and to learn about it. And it's just like like seeing myself in others. It's like, it's almost like I don't progress. I can progress alone, but it's like, I really get that oomph or that power when it comes to connecting to other people. I don't know. It's like, or like, I'm always invested in someone else and invested in what they do and like wanting them to be their best. And I give other people my light a lot of the times. And I drain myself of that, you know, no light for myself.
You're shining the light on others.
Yeah.
On the other. And it reminds me of a mirror. When you shine a light in a mirror sometimes. Yeah. It like come back and like, it like hits you in your eye a little bit. Interesting. Food for thought.
Annoying. But, you know, it can be beautiful at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. It cycles. I feel like the first house, 7th house axis is like, the most damn one. Like the 4th house, 10th house is like, okay, yeah. But the first house, 7th house, that's like in your face. You can't avoid any of that. I know I got my Mercury in the first house. That's like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that one just goes kind of like, but the Mercury likes being in the first house. Yeah. But then my Mercury is debilitated. Every time I have a good planet, it's like, but oops, there's one thing. Yeah. There's one condition. All right. You can have this good planet, but there's one condition. Yeah. Looks like my moon is exalted. It's in the 6th house though. Okay, thank you. Next. But yeah.
Like what other house? Wait, slight tangent. What other houses would the moon be good in outside of the 4th?
I think the 3rd is where the moon finds its joy. Okay. Because 3rd is like kind of rituals too, in the sense that how 6th house is. But I know like in ancient cultures, they had the 3rd house as like visiting temples and things like that. That's what it was associated with. So traditionally, moon finds its joy in the 3rd house. But I think, I know you have your moon in the 2nd house. 2nd house is kind of like Taurus vibes, and it's like exalted in Taurus. Yeah. So I can see that. 5th house. I think 5th house moon.
Yeah, I was going to say 5th house. I think 5th house would be cool.
5th house moon would be dope.
Yeah, I really do.
I think that would be like
and I would say the lower half of the chart. I feel like it'll perform the best.
Yeah, so you're not so focused on like others. Yeah. And like things around you, because the moon is very personal.
Yeah, like, very much so. Yeah. And then the 10th house.
10th house is so, people are like, oh, my midheaven, like in 10th house, they're not the same thing. And I want to clear that up.
Girl, so the last one, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry. But the last person I read for, they fucking midheaven was 0 degrees, like between like the 12th and the, like the 12th.
Yeah, it can go from the 8th house to the 12th house, your midheaven. It can go through the whole upper half of your chart, pretty much. So
I'm like, what? I ain't never seen that. I seen like 9th, 10th, and 11th, but not 12th. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. But yeah, cool. But yeah, but to your point, midheaven is not always, Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean exactly what the 10th house means. It's, I mean, you look to it for your career a little bit,
Yeah, I think you can. And I think it's like, technically, it's the highest point in your chart. Just like the 4th, the IC, I call it, because I don't know. It sounds like a rectal disease when I try to say
Immuni
coli.
Immuni.
I don't know. Coeli, something coeli. IC.
It's Latin, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's medical. Yeah.
But that's like the lowest, the darkest part of your chart, because technically your birth chart is a map of the sky, right? So it's like, that's the darkest point of the day. Boom. The 10th house is like the highest point of the day. It's the most visible. So the 10th house kind of, your midheaven specifically, speaks to what I think is most visible in your life. And also traditionally it's like kind of like dharma and like what you're like meant to do. So sometimes it doesn't have to be your career. Or sometimes it's like, say you have like a 10th house Leo, or your midheavens in Leo. It's like, oh my God, I'm meant to be seen. I'm meant to be famous. Not necessarily. You could be meant to be a teacher and you're teaching children and you're very visible. Yes, you're super visible. You're very in front of people all the time. But it doesn't necessarily mean like the fame and everything like that. So
I'm not going to be the next Michael Jackson. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hee hee. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
But yeah, your 10th house is your career.
Essentially.
I guess, essentially. For sure. I would definitely look to the 10th house for a career.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, with our, I have a question. With our, because I'm curious about us. So we have the same rising sign. And so your midheaven's in Libra, my midheaven's in Virgo, but we have a Virgo 10th house. How do you, because you're in the medical field, low key. Yeah, high key. She's in the medical field. So for me, how would you, because Virgo, like what, teaching, like caring, like what, I mean, how do you see that manifesting for, a gal such as myself?
I feel like working with your hands, for one, that reminds me of how you were working with your hands a lot. Building sets, very crafty. This gal was crafty as hell.
I'm too crafty.
Because Virgo like does rule over the hands. Certain type of innocence that people can see you as. So it's like you could gravitate to that teacher or more so service role, because Virgo, I think.
Sorry. How to start with these
Virgo.
Service.
And then also you have, isn't your ruler Mercury, that's in the 6th house?
What happened? Yeah, it's in the 6th house.
So that's like more service. And the ruler of the 10th is in the 6th. And it's like, also though, 6th house can rule over your subordinates. So it's like the role of your 10th is like a leadership role. So it's like you're leading others and helping and guiding others. You can see that, especially people younger than you, because it's Mercury.
Yeah. I want to be an actress.
Oh. And acting.
Well, no, I mean, I looked at my chart. There's some things that point to that, but, outside of that, not necessarily the midheaven, but I was thinking I would look up celebrities with like that, like Sagittarius risings or like with the same type of midheaven. But I think most of them have like, a lot of them have like a Libra midheaven,
Only one I know is Kim Kardashian with the midheaven Sag rising.
Yeah.
Lord
have mercy.
Lord.
So, but I'm just like, Virgo.
I also think healing vibes, like healer. Sorry, I'm going.
Heal the world. No, because, okay, so, everybody's on Michael Jackson crack right now.
Right.
So, no, but like but what I've been hearing in my head, I've had a rough week. If you can't tell my energy is off, it is. So, hey, boom, it's there. But the song that keeps playing in my head, like when I get stressed out, is got me working day and night. That just pops in my head, like, day and night, day and night, day and night.
Okay.
And why?
It seemed like you just went somewhere.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
Who tell them?
Oh,
honey, do we didn't we? Why?
Michael's taking over. You literally just went into a whole trance of Michael. What in the
if you can't tell, I am a super fan. But yeah, it's just like, I don't like, it's like, man, it's like people say teacher and stuff like that. I was just like, I don't want to do that in that sense, like in a traditional sense.
Yeah.
Oops, the camera went out. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to be a teacher.
I don't want to be anything.
Gotta be like that. Oh,
don't wanna be. All right.
I don't, because people, no, but like people scare me. So yeah, but like low key, they
is that why you don't want to be a teacher? Or is people scare
I don't
you?
know. Like,
or you just want to be that more like.
I kind of want to. I think it's because like I just want to be a little bit more independent, but I need people.
That's real.
And it's like
that's real.
My chart literally says that.
Same.
But also no, but my chart is like a contradictory type of thing because also like my north node, south node situation, and then
oh yeah,
you know, so it's like it's just weird. So it's like yeah I don't want to be that. So like, you know, when we were recording and she was telling me that, you know, I guess because of my Mercury's
in the 6th house.
Yeah,
and it's in Taurus, Venus, Venusian energy. Before I got into that though, I was saying how your 10th house doesn't have to manifest literally. Yeah, like literal teacher, literal healer. It can be like your work as an actor heals people or guides them through something that they didn't know. Especially with that Venus energy, it's like through your music, even through your art, because your Mercury, your Mercury is in Taurus, which is Venusian. You make beautiful music. Literally, your music is very healing. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, her music, right?
Stream from
like, I will listen to it and feel different. Like, her music will shift the frequency for sure. And especially, it's like that double 6th house Virgo energy. It's like it touches that part of you because Virgo is about kind of serving, and so is the 6th house, and it's like kind of selflessly serving too. But it's like through telling your own story.
That made me think about Michael Jackson.
Exactly. Because he was a Virgo 7th house.
Yeah. And then, but also his 6th house too.
Yeah.
He has so
6th
much.
House Leo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stellium. So like, yeah. I can see that.
That's the real
Look at what you have 6th house. Like what you got in your 6th house, man. Like that could be very telling because the 6th house, I feel like people glaze over it, and it's so important. It's a very important house.
It uplifts your 7th house. Yeah. It like holds it up like a bra to the teat. Yeah.
But like for Lee, your chart, you know, it's a little bit different. But oh man, I wish you recorded that.
I missed it.
No, because like I definitely channeled because my heart kept getting bigger. My heart kept getting so big. So basically, Lee asked me about like, okay, what do I think about, you know, her 10th house and also her midheaven. And I was explaining like, you know, with her, it's like very poetic. So her midheaven's in Libra. And so like her artwork, I said, it feels like a love story. It literally feels like a love story. It feels so like she makes romantic art. And that's the reason why like I actually wanted to collab with her for the tarot deck is because like her art tells a story and it's very poetic. You know, it definitely hits the soul. Like it just makes your heart big, but also it's like very mysterious and like moody and like vampy and just like I want to suck your blood, but like in the sexiest way, you know.
Can I
like definitely? And it's just really. She's a really cool person, and I was also talking about your style.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh yeah, Lee bad as fuck, right? So it's just like, but like but also highest point of your chart is kind of like how you present, but like I wouldn't say lately, but I think you had a period where you was just with the fashion. So she had this like see-through dress on and with this little leopard print number, and I'm like, okay, pop out, sis.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Pop out, sis.
Yes.
You know, but it's good seeing. You know, it's nice seeing you in that element because it's like that's her at her core. Like Lee ain't no t-shirt and jeans. I mean, she do wear that.
On a t-shirt and jeans.
She look like the most basic t-shirt and jeans. You know,
my girl ain't no t-shirt and jeans. Yeah. I'm like, yeah,
no, but I'm just saying. But seeing her actually tap into that Venetian because you also have a Taurus moon. You know, so you know you have like a lot of Venetian energy going on as well.
Venetian girly, man.
But yeah, and I was also saying like how she beautifies people's lives. Like she literally, that is her job. She's a graphic designer. Yeah. You know, and like, so you beautify, people go to you to beautify things. Yeah.
And I think that speaks to the 11th house with the graphic design. Yeah. It's like my midheaven's in the 11th house.
Yeah.
And it's like, I literally, through the internet, make things beautiful.
Exactly. Through the internet. Yeah. Yeah.
And in community, you know, with the tarots and everything. So
yeah, so I'm interested to see. I'm really interested to see how, you know, like the next major transit that's happening is Jupiter entering Leo, and that'll be hitting our 9th house. But you know, it's opposite our 3rd. That's going to be hitting my Saturn,
and your Mars is in Leo.
Yeah, my Mars is in Leo, and it's my Jupiter return.
Oh, your Jupiter's in Leo too.
Yeah.
I'll be forgetting that.
So I don't know what that's about.
Oh, you got a lot going on. I don't got nothing. No, wait. My Jupiter's in Aquarius.
Yeah.
Oh. And it's my chart ruler?
Yeah. So exactly. Like our chart rulers are going to be activated. And so eclipsing there. I think we're going to get famous. No, I'm just, what? No, okay.
We already famous.
But I really do think, especially because we are in communication, like we are podcasting. That's what we do. I do see that, you know, definitely.
Yeah.
Amplifying for us, you know, hey, manifestation.
Sense. It makes sense. We're on the path, guys.
Yeah, I really do think. And honestly, I don't even think it's fame for me. I think it's more so being respected for my craft and being my craft being seen. Yeah. I do want to be seen more in that regard. I don't necessarily want like, oh, you know, oh my god, you know, like, but it's stalkers. Like, but like, no, I want to be recognized. I do.
Absolutely. So. I can sense that too. I've been working like internally a lot, but also with like my spirit team, and they've been literally, I'm very woo woo. I be talking to my spirits. I don't know, whatever. And it's like I'll just get signs along the way that it's like, no, you're being prepped. You're being prepped and primed. So take this time for yourself, please, because you are being prepped and primed to be more visible. Because I'm not, you know, Scorpio sun in the 12th house.
Yeah, my Pluto's there.
I don't want to be seen. Get out of here. But it's like so irritating because I have so many also electrifying things in my birth chart that's like, you're going to be seen. I'm like, okay, ew.
Yeah.
Sure. So the contradictory stuff is like annoying, but you know, lessons on lessons.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Lessons on lessons, man. Having Pluto in the 12th house, I don't know. This full moon's.
That was a crazy full moon right there.
The full moon smacked the crap out of me and knocked me to the washer and the dryer. For sure.
I feel like I felt the energy before, and then by the time the full moon got here, I was like, okay.
Cool, yay.
But before I was like bursting out crying for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I cried through the Bupropion 300 today. So
let it out.
Yeah. But anyway, tangent. But look, this is how elements work. You know, if you have any specific questions about like your birth chart, definitely let us know. Because I definitely want to go back. We did do a video about like money and stuff like that. I do want to revisit that again at some point. To talk about like your money houses. You know, I want to talk about health as well. You know, and then just like your overall like identity. I think like some of the houses, I think we should do like we're doing like the Taurus guide, like the guide. I think we should do something for the houses. Like just a super deep dive and something for the planets. But if you like
fun,
that, yeah,
cute. Like welcome to my house party.
Yeah, welcome to. Oh my god, house party! We can name it house party.
What this house look like?
Yeah.
What y'all are hearing? Y'all live like this?
Yes. I love that. Wow. My God, things happen when you talk. Yay. Anyway, hope you love the vibes. Yeah. And also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you book a reading with us so you can get that deep dive, so you can get some insight. And that's tarot or astrology. We got you. Okay. And also we are coming out with our tarot deck. Thank you so much to people who have booked readings with us. Thank you so much to people who joined our mail list. We really appreciate you. We've been getting notifications, so thank you so much, because it means the world to us, and that helps us when we launch our tarot deck and like other things. So yeah. Well, other than that, thank you so much for watching Jupiter Juice, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.
Bye.